What's up? I'm Ricky Reed. I'm the singer and producer behind Wallpaper.
Cool. So I have to say that I've watched you grow and progress throughout the SF music scene throughout the past couple years, so I was really excited to hear that you did Warped Tour last year. So how would you say that doing Warped Tour and that experience played a part in the career that you have today?
It's a good question. Warped Tour was incredible. I didn't expect it to be quite as amazing as it turned out to be. It wasn't just that it was important for us reaching new fans and everything, but as people, it was really important. The friendships that we made out there. It also came at a pretty important time in my life where I needed a little bit of a reboot personally, and I felt like I had wings all summer. It was incredible.
Yeah, awesome. So how would you say that growing up and performing in the Bay Area music scene, what would you say that that's brought to your music?
A lot of things. I mean, people from the Bay, we inherently feel like underdogs when you talk about compared to the music scenes in LA and New York. You know we have to do things differently to stand out. It dates all the way back to groups like Sly Stone and Jefferson Airplane, to like Digital Underground and E40, and all these guys that like do different things. So it made me know that I was always going to be sort of a dark horse, and I would have to do things differently to get noticed. Yeah. And that's what I've been doing since day one.
For sure. So you released the album Ricky Reed is Real this year via Epic Records. What does the title Ricky Reed is Real mean?
It means a lot of things, but the bigger idea is two ideas. One is that I'm a down-to-earth dude that like you can hang with, like as the band is vying for this level of like awareness and stardom. It's important to remind people that like we're regular folks from the Bay that you can have a beer with, you know.
Absolutely.
But then also, I kind of want people to know that the experiences they're going through, our generation, we have to deal with a lot of heavy, difficult stuff. You know, the economy being bad, kids getting out of college, not being able to get a job. Like, we all go through the same stuff, and that I'm here for you. I did the same shit. It sucks.
Yeah.
I'm with you, you know.
Awesome. So what was the process like for writing and recording this particular record?
Really different from any other processes before. A lot of the songs were written and started in the Bay, but I did a lot of work in LA on this one. I did a lot of it at Larrabee Studios in North Hollywood. Did some in New York at Quad Studios. Because the first time I had a budget to make an album.
Nice.
So I would like rent a lot of like old synthesizers and sitars and steel drums and all kinds of crazy stuff, and would just allow myself to do long hours in the studio of experimenting on lots of equipment, and that's why the album is really lush and a little more grand than previous work. It's a little less party, but it's more, I feel a little bit more like it's an opus that I'm really proud of. You know?
Awesome. Yeah, it sounded great. It sounded awesome. Yeah. So you had rapper E40 on your song Geek Out. So who approached you when it came to putting that song together with the guest vocals? Like how did that whole thing come about?
Me and 40 have been talking for a while about wanting to do something together.
Nice.
I saw that he was following me on Twitter one day and started going back and forth a little bit. We talked about songs and talked about barbecue on the phone one time randomly. He's really cool.
Yeah.
He's an incredible guy. And I knew that was the right record for him.
Nice.
I knew he'd sound incredible on it. And he does. And I hope we can do more together. I would like to do something for him to produce a track or something.
Yeah, for sure.
He's incredible.
Awesome. So you're currently out on tour with 303 in the Somerset. What would you say that you bring to the table with your performance each night that can make each show so unique?
Oh man, I mean all these bands are so good and we're all so different. I guess the Wallpaper show is, I feel like there's almost like an unprofessionalism to our show. There's a looseness and a sort of craziness that
like a spontaneity.
Feels like it feels spontaneous and sort of unbridled and a little insane. And because I would never say that our show is better than any of the other bands, but I would say that we're just wild. Most of us come from like actually more of a punk background.
Okay.
So we want to charge the shows with that kind of crazy energy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your performance, you definitely bring, from having seen you before, you definitely bring a party when you do a performance. What kind of mindset do you put yourself in when you're getting ready to go on for a show?
Yeah, I mean, like, to some degree, like that kind of party mindset, but at the same time, it's not about thinking I'm gonna go perform. It's really about just being in a good mood and wanting to do something fun with my friends that are the band, you know? Like when we're like roughhousing and being silly and kind of like shit talking each other and if we have like a vibe pre-show where we're all just kind of fucking with each other, it's gonna be good on stage. You know?
Nice.
And I don't usually drink before shows, but after shows I drink a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. So the next two questions I asked every artist that I interview, but what kind of message would you like fans to walk away with after listening to your music?
That it's really important to do you to the nth degree. Like, you know, growing up we all are inspired by things, influenced by things. We all have friends that may say it's cool to do this, it's not cool to do that, whatever. It's important to take all that into consideration, but at the end of the day, it's really important to do what it is you want to do, both with your life's work, whether it's creative or, you know, sports or whatever that thing is, like, because no one is gonna do you better than you can. So that's an important message we want people to take away. Also, like, be present, like, live in the moment. You might be hungover tomorrow, you may have gotten fired from your job this afternoon, but like, you can control what's happening in this exact moment. You can do what feels good and what feels right in this moment. So, do it.
Absolutely. And then the second question is, what does music mean to you?
Music itself is meaningless. It's an empty vessel, right? And what's so incredible about it is that we breathe experiences, nostalgia, feelings, and emotions into that empty vessel. To me, it doesn't really come with any meaning. We give it meaning. And that's what's so special about it.
It's a very different answer than anything I've ever gotten. That was great.
Thanks.
So last question I got is, after this current tour, what are the future plans for Wallpaper?
More touring, a music video for Drunken Hearts. Trying to do some collabs with a few new rappers that I'm really into.
Nice.
Man, a lot of work.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it, and thank you so much for being here and doing the interview with us.